Who is Snoke? The question that has plagued the minds of Star Wars fans and added to the views of YouTubers all around the world is finally answered. Alright, just kidding, it's not answered. But we do know something about his Force powers. Let's talk about it. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. Hey, real quick, if you love getting Star Wars edutainment on the interwebs, subscribe to this channel. We're going to be doing a ton of videos about Star Wars as we head towards The Last Jedi. I can't freaking wait for that movie. Oh, and shout out to, and you're going to have to give me a second on this name. This is a fucking name right here. Shankarararanyan Gopalan. That's literally the dude's name. But anyways, shout out to you. You got the nerd card question correct on my Silver Eye Goku's new form video. So you definitely know your stuff when it comes to Dragon Ball. So shout out to you, sir. There will be another nerd card question at the end of this video. Now, we've got to talk about some new revelations about Snoke's Force powers, which come from a new book that is literally called Star Wars Everything You Need to Know. Now, StarWarsNewsNet.com did a great article breaking down all the important information and utilizing scans from that book, but I specifically want to talk about what was said about Supreme Leader Snoke in that book. It says on one of the pages that Snoke has Force abilities such as telekinesis and telekinetics, with an emphasis on the telepathy. So basically, this confirms that Snoke is able to communicate with people telepathically and perhaps glean information from them telepathically as well. This reminds me of the end of the Force Awakens novelization, where Rey is whispered to by Snoke to kill Kylo Ren on Starkiller Base. Now, Lucasfilm has been kind of weird about that, where they were like, oh, it might not be Snoke. No, it's definitely Snoke, and he's able to use telepathy to get inside the heads of these people. This also is talked about in Bloodline, where Leia feels a dark presence when she is pregnant with Ben Solo. A lot of people think that Snoke has literally been sending telepathic messages and signals to Ben Solo since before he was even born. He's been trying to manipulate Ben Solo and has been successful in doing that. Now, the Force powers themselves, like the Force choke, which the article talks about, or I guess the book talks about, and his ability to throw people with the Force, is such an interesting revelation because there have been a lot of rumors about Snoke with regards to him actually being a fraud. Some people thought, well, we'll never see Snoke actually utilize any Force powers, and he's actually just claiming to have abilities and strength in the Force, but not able to back it up at all. That would appear not to be the case. Supreme Leader Snoke has some prowess with the Force, and even though he's decrepit and probably won't be flipping around fighting with lightsabers, he is strong and able to choke people and throw people around. This really excites me because although I kind of like the idea of him being some sort of prophet and like a false prophet and not really having any ability, if he's gonna be the big bad and a threat to Luke and other people like that, it's good for him to be able to utilize the Force. My question becomes, why exactly does he have all of these Praetorian guards if he is powerful in the Force? And it's possible that something with this siphoning off of Force abilities or his resurrection or any of the other crazy theories that are out there have some validity. I think of it as him being able to utilize these powers, but these powers probably taking a toll on him, because if he's able to just be omnipowerful, he really wouldn't need anybody's help. I think that it's fair to say he's in some sort of process or he is healing from some kind of injury. But either way, it's pretty dope that he's able to use Force powers. I hope he's able to like choke people out like Vader, perhaps even put Kylo in his place after a training session or something like that. That could be incredibly dope. It also makes me think about some of the abilities that Kylo Ren utilized in The Force Awakens. This includes the Force Stasis and the Mind Probe ability. If Snoke is focused on his telepathic abilities, perhaps he was able to teach Kylo how to draw out information from people's minds, and that is why he was able to utilize this on Poe Dameron and in Rey. This is pretty interesting. Remember, Snoke says, "Bring Kylo Ren to me. It is time to finish his training." This, of course, implies that there was training beforehand. So a big question to people as far as how much of the abilities that he showcased were brought to him from Snoke has sort of been answered, or at least made possible to be explained by Snoke's prior teaching. I mean, we think that this guy has been around for a long time, perhaps even a remnant of the old Republic. I get kind of excited about Kylo Ren learning from some ancient dude who knows all these telepathic and telekinetic abilities, and perhaps it will arm Kylo with abilities that maybe even Darth Vader didn't have. Is it possible that Kylo Ren will form enough power to possibly even threaten the almighty Luke Skywalker? Or is Snoke himself perhaps on a path to become so strong with the Force that he himself could fight Skywalker? Well, we're just gonna have to wait until The Last Jedi to get that information, but I wanted to bring this bit of news to you guys out there, nerd out about Snoke's power, and ask you, what do you think about these revelations? What do you think about Snoke's abilities within the Force? And you know, tell me who you think Mr. Snoke is down in the comment section. Now let's check that nerd card really quickly. Today's question is about the Praetorian Guards. In the article that I mentioned, it gives a exact number of Praetorian Guards. So the question is, how many Praetorian Guards will be in the personal guard of Supreme Leader Snoke? Answer that question in the comment section below. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!